Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of their records so you don't have to. We put all the work in so you don't have to. This week we are doing Taking Back Sunday because we are in Long Island season. We're actually ending Long Island season this week with the podcast, or on the podcast, I should say. Yeah, Taking Back Sunday, we're doing their 8 full-length records, and we're also going to rank their very first early EP within it all, so 9 in total. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. That's all I got for the boring intro. It was out of order, but that's okay. That's okay. We've been doing this for long enough. I'm allowed to mess up. So let's get into this. Taking Back Sunday, 8 records plus their first EP. Let's get into it. Oh, so we're also going to give our biggest banger and our biggest stinker off of all these records as well. So what do you got? Number 9, go.
That's something. Number 9, their worst record, and that's 152. 152. This record kind of sucks. Like pretty bad. I did change some of my rankings today. Actually, I changed 2 things today. And overall, I think this band has a lot of interesting things. This band's like 4 different bands, right? Like, there's like 4 different iterations of this band that kind of sound like there's something about each one of those iterations of this band that is different from the other ones, to where it could just be an entirely different band. And this is just the worst of all of them. There's decent stuff here that I think they could have just done like an EP off of, and I'm gonna see that again later on in the rankings. Because if you're going to experiment, that's fine, and that's great and all, but you don't need to experiment every fucking song. How about you do like 2 songs, focus on the experimentation on those 2 songs and make those 2 songs great, instead of having a whole record of songs that are experimental and are like, it's okay. Like, just make a fucking EP, dude. Throw out like a 5-6 song EP and make them great. Like, don't make a whole record. But anyway, whatever. Keep going. This song's still kind of preachy and shit, but at least they get into like some edgier punk stuff, which is like the only time they did it on this record. But the worst of it, maybe one of the worst songs they've ever done, is The One. That is like the preachiest of all tracks they've done, and it's fucking dumb, and I hated it so much. Hated this record.
Right. You hated it. So you would not get it on vinyl.
If it's $10, I would get it.
Why are you talking
all the
like
time? Luke says all the time.
Sloan?
You almost said it the first time. You almost said, I don't, and then you said Sloan. We had it right the first time.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
You're wrong.
I would not. No, come on. That's crazy. Okay, so my number 9 is Happiness is their 6th record from 2014. This one, honestly, is mostly forgettable. Outside of the song Stood a Chance, which is an absolute fucking banger. After that song, I don't really remember much of it. I did listen to this record twice. Actually, I listened to all of these records at least twice over the last week. And I don't care about this one. I think it's boring. I think Adam does this thing. I mean, he's been doing it his whole career, but on some records, it sounds like he's trying too hard to show off. And he's not the greatest singer. He's fine, but he's not the greatest. But it's very kind of like, he's trying to be like a theater kid kind of thing, like a Panic at the Disco kind of thing, like Brendan Urie kind of feel on some of these later records. And it falls so flat, and it's more annoying than anything else. I think musically, this album doesn't really go anywhere outside of, like I said, Stood a Chance, which is a fucking great song. And that's only, I think, the 2nd song on this record, or 3rd song maybe. And everything after that, I just don't care. So this is just, I just don't care. My stinker is We Were Younger Then. Just awful song. Just bad. Like, this is the only one of the few that stood out as just being straight up bad. So there you go. That's my number 9. Good. Happiness is
That's okay.
I don't want to talk about it. It's not fun for me. So what do you got for number 8?
Everything else from here on out, I enjoyed the listen. If for nothing more than it was just an interesting listen. But most of these I'll never go back to. Okay. But at least I was like, oh, I see why you did that. I don't agree with it, but I get it. And their EP's number 8 for me, and it's just rough. It's an EP. It plays like a demo. It's old, and it just sounds like shit. we got songs with Jesse, we got songs with this dude Antonio, but overall it's just not great. The best song, Summer Stars, it's rough, but damn,
it's
dude,
really rough.
this was a banger of a fucking song.
Really?
Yeah, it's got Antonio singing, which is like, whatever, fuck off. Like,
well,
Juliana
Antonio,
Theory, boring ass shit.
Antonio sings on every song. Jesse played bass on 2 songs.
Right, and sings
And
backup harms
Yeah, he
onto
does,
these 2 songs, including this song. And when
That's
Jesse
true.
sings, it's fucking magnificent. It is absolutely amazing. And there's a lot of potential for this to be an amazing Taking Back Sunday song if it was just worked on a little bit more and carried over into Tell All Your Friends. This is a killer song. Like, the bones are fucking here. This is an amazing song. It's Antonio's boring as fuck. But the worst song on this is Antonio. I don't give a fuck. That's not even a song. He's just the worst. He was so boring. I can't even believe. Like, damn, that was the best decision you ever made.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Like, you just sorry, dude. If you're not meant to be, it's not meant to be. He was boring. He was so bad. He was not good.
Okay, that's fine.
And anyway,
so when I was kind of just reading more about this EP and everything, and a lot of people, or I saw a lot of people on Reddit say, "Oh, this is the best era of the band. This is the best lineup of the band. This and that." And it's like, come on, guys, you don't have to try so hard. You just don't have to do that. I know, you just really don't have to do that.
That's 100% not true. But it was fucking cool to hear, like, essentially Tell All Your Friends with, like, Jesse shouting in the back. It was fucking dope.
It was cool. It was cool. All right, so that's your number 8. My number 8 is 152. I don't know how to say it right, but it's their 8th record, their latest record. This is from 2023. This is just kind of an extension to me. This is an extension of what they were doing on Tidal Wave, which was a couple albums prior to this, but moving more into like an alt rock kind of more radio friendly style. I hear a lot of more modern production and like the vein of John Feldman kind of produced stuff. But it doesn't come off quite as cheesy as like the strictly John Feldman stuff, but it's definitely there. There's some like now that you mention like the whole worship kind of sound, I can hear it. I could definitely hear it on parts of this record, but it's not over the top, and it doesn't. To me, it's not over the top and not super dumb.
You have a high tolerance for like Dustin and shit, and I just don't like that stuff at all. Anyway,
I have more of a tolerance for Dustin Kensrue than you do.
You have a high tolerance because some of
not
that
a high
stuff
tolerance.
is fucking bad. It's like a youth pastor who cut like an album, and it actually sucks. But
he essentially
pretends that it's good.
he kind of is that. So
Oh, look at that!
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. This record, it's actually much better this time around that I've listened to it since, because I listened to it when it first came out and I fucking hated it. I thought it was so boring. I still kind of feel that way, but my expectations were so low this time around that I enjoyed it a bit more. So that's where we're at on this one. Banger is Old. I think this is a single. I think they made a video for it as well.
That's a
Stinker.
decent song.
Yeah, it's a cool song. Stinker is New Music Friday. It's not terrible, but it's just another kind of one of those songs that just drags a little bit. Just it's a little too long, a little too just kind of plain old people. Not for me. But I get why some people can like this music. It's just not for me. Not for me. So what do you got for number 7? Go.
Number 7, Happiness Is. 6th record. This record is pretty boring. Overall, it's pretty boring. The first several tracks were solid to good, and then it just tapers off like dramatically from there. It never shows us they've evolved into something different than just like kind of generic indie shit. Like everything's so uneventful here. This is a filler record. There's nothing great about Adam, like you said. Like he just tries really, really hard to be theater kid, and it's like, dude, that's just not you. It's never been you. That's not why people like you. That's not your what you're good at. Like stick to what you know, and just like extrapolate from there. Be a better songwriter at that. And there's just none of that here. Flicker Fade, that's my banger.
Really?
Very dramatic.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
very
very
dramatic
dramatic.
of a song, but like it's fine. Like the orchestral stuff blends kind of well, and they have that because it's a small part. It's not a big part, and they do like the little soft like drum roll, that very like Black Parade kind of thing. It's very, very dramatic, but it's fine. I don't know why this is so high. This probably should be lower. But It Takes More is my worst song. It's a shitty stinker of a ballad. Straight up. See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
Oh,
this
and then
this,
your banger was
Flicker Fade. This could be switched with one. I really don't give a fucking shit, to be honest. Maybe I'll put the EP higher than both of those.
Go for it. Go for it.
I won't do that because I just don't care enough because they're all bad. The EP is just like, it's only bad because the quality's fucking garbage and
The quality's
like
not that bad.
it's fucking
not that
garbage.
bad on the EP.
Yeah, it is. Their voices are blowing out. Like everything sounds like ass. It's fucking terrible.
But that's not always a bad thing.
Yeah, it is. If you can't fucking hear what anybody's playing, it's a fucking bad thing.
Yeah, you can hear it just fine.
It's like they didn't make this in like 1975. Like this was basically the year 2000. Like get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. So
Get
much
here.
better stuff has been done with less money than they put into that EP.
Okay. All right. All right. My number seven then is the Take You Back Sunday EP from 2001. So this is it is rough, but it's not the worst thing. I don't think it's really that as blown out as you're saying it is.
Maybe you
Antonio
didn't listen to it on a good system because I did and
Oh, okay, wrong. Where was that? Oh yeah, Antonio. I don't think he's that great of a vocalist. It's good that he was replaced by somebody who is not a good singer, but at least has a lot more charisma than him. And yeah, it was a good move. It was a good move putting Adam.
it was like the best move.
Yeah.
That was the best move Taking Back Sunday ever did. Fact.
Yes, best move. Yeah, it's the best
Fact.
move they ever did. Yeah. So yeah, with that, it's fine. I mean, I agree with a lot of what you were saying. I think the Jesse parts where you can hear him sing is definitely good. Definitely one of the highlights of this EP. But honestly, the two songs that he's on are really the two worst songs. I think "Go On" is easily the worst one. It's very 90s radio alt rock sound. It just doesn't fit the band at all, and they just weren't very good at it. But whatever. What was it? Stark Summer or whatever? It was the last song. Don't really care too much. Even my banger, Lost and Found, the opening song. It's fine. It's fun. It does have that Take You Back Sunday kind of feel to it musically. But vocally, yeah, it's just, who cares? I just don't care.
See, that's the problem with the EP was in Antonio, and why that's the best decision is because the best songs should have been the Jesse songs because Jesse, like, he's just a cooler backup harm, right? He's just fucking amazing at it, and it's cool to hear him do it. But Antonio doesn't know how to riff off him. Antonio just sings, just like, here's my part that I will sing, and just go ahead and dance around me. But Jesse's not a fucking lyricist. He's not a professional singer. He's just a stupid kid. It's like when you get Adam, who kind of like dances around too, and they both kind of play off each other. There's a back and forth there. Antonio was just so fucking flat where like it made Jesse sound kind of dumb. So like if you just took Antonio out, even put Adam in there, even with the same quality and the same like dumb fucking songwriting that just wasn't like, I don't know, better. Like it would have been exponentially better. It would have been a better song than most of fucking Taking Back Sunday songs.
That actually would have been a pretty cool thing to hear if Adam was lead vocals and then Jesse, instead of John, Jesse was the actual other vocalist, guitar player.
Oh,
that
so
could have been a really cool band. Because honestly, actually, I'll get into it on the main episode. But no,
I'm
that
a
was
Fred guy. I don't like John.
That would have been a really cool lineup. Would have been Jesse on guitar, vocals, and Adam on vocals. That'd have been sick.
That would have been sick.
Hell. All right, so what do you got for number 6?
Tidal Wave, 7th record. It's not a terrible record because there is a spirit of Taking Back Sunday here. We get a lot of dueling vocals. We get like one last hurrah with Eddie, and it's just an up tempo thing that's kind of like career encompassing. So it's a good record. It's fine. It's just very mediocre. A band like clearly past its prime here, and the process of making this record shows like they're pushing themselves to think outside the box when writing these songs, and you don't say shit like that when you're this type of band 7 records deep. They record this a bit different, so they're able to like listen back to the songs in a way they never done before to gain a different perspective. Like, I don't give a fucking shit. They compared this to like U2's Ah Chung Baby, and like how when U2 recorded that, they were challenging people's perspectives on how U2 could achieve their new sound. I'm like, get the fuck! Who do you think you are? First
even
of all, like,
U2, even like U2, like who the fuck
on.
do you think you are, U2? It's
hold on. This is like the Bob Dylan thing again. Just because you hate something doesn't mean you can like understand their importance to music.
No, I understand like Joshua
comparing.
Tree. I understand Joshua Tree.
Hold on, dude, because comparing Taking Back Sunday to U2 is fucking like comparing like Little Caesars to like fucking fine dining pizza. Like, get the fuck out of here. Taking Back Sunday, fuck off. You are literally nobody compared to U2. I fucking don't like U2. So that was pretentious and stupid. And like Taking Back Sunday is just making excuses for them making generic record after generic record after generic record. And like the reason why this is even so high is just because Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is like not even a fucking. There's no close second to what the best song on this is. Tidal Wave is the biggest banger that they've done here and then forever. Like, they will never do a bigger song than Tidal Wave, like, ever. That's just not going to happen. Everything else on this song or this album is boring. And the worst of it is Homecoming, because this is just another one of those stupid fucking indie songs that bands love to do, like the Hey Ho, Hey Ho, like by Lumineers, like all that Hey Ho shit from like the early to mid 2010s. But this is already like late on the bandwagon. This record is stupid. It's dumb.
And you are passionate about that, huh?
Because I cannot believe like they compared themselves to U2. I
know, that's really stupid.
You were out of your league here, kids. Like, calm down. You were literally nobody.
So would you say Tidal Wave is a top tier Taking Back Sunday song, like top 10?
Tidal Wave?
Yeah.
I might. Tidal
Wave's
fucking
good though. It's a great song. I know. I agree.
It is. That's why this is so high, because I just can't discount the fact that song is like, damn, bro, you guys. See, like, you still have it in you. You can still do it.
Yeah.
But wow. Yeah, that song's good, though.
It's a great song. It's very stripped down. I think it's a top tier Taking Back Sunday song. We also did this record on the podcast when we first started the podcast. Like, probably this might have been in episode like 20 or episode 15 or something like that. We did
little notes, no deep dives, no rankings.
Yeah, nothing.
Just, let's listen to it once and talk about it.
I think we both just kind of ripped into it outside of the title track.
That's fair.
But anyway, okay, so that's your number 6, right?
Yeah, number 6.
All right, so my number 6 is also Tidal Wave, 7th record out 2016. And I agree with a lot of what you said. I think that whole U2 thing was fucking ridiculous. In the end, it's a solid record. I think it's very top heavy, much like most of the records are very top heavy. But especially here. Now, this record compared to the one previously, where the reunited, classic lineup of the band, this is just them trying to be a little bit more experimental than that one, because that one was just like very straightforward, punch you in the face kind of album. And the songs where they tried to mess around a little bit and try to make, just experiment, it just didn't work. The songs were boring, really, really boring. Those songs were really, really boring. Like, my stinker is I Felt It Too. Stupid, boring acoustic song. Not that they haven't done acoustic songs, but this one's just
don't do them well.
God damn, it's way too long. No, they don't. They don't. It's because Adam's not a great singer.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. We love Tom DeLonge, and he could pull off a great acoustic song, but that's Tom. Tom's unique. He has his own style.
Because Adam tries to sing, right? Tom doesn't try to sing. He just does the same thing that he would do with distortion on, just now acoustic, and it fucking works.
That's true too.
Adam should be just doing the same thing.
Yeah. So, honestly, my banger here, it's a tie between Death Wolf and Tidal Wave. The first two songs. I think Death Wolf is just an incredible fucking song. It switches up tempo, and I fucking love this song so much, that opener. But Tidal Wave too. Basic, stripped down, fucking love that shit. So, Tidal Wave, the album, my number 6 from Taking Back Sunday. What do you got for number 5? Go.
Number 5, Where You Want to Be. Where You Want to Be. Where You Want to Be When Jesus Come Back. Second record, 2004. This is not a bad record. We're getting into stuff that like I enjoy listening to front to back. It's not a bad record. It's just kind of weak. Like, the more songs that we get into, kind of the weaker it gets. The second half is very weak compared to the first. Like New American Classic, like that acoustic song.
Yeah.
Dude, like, what the fuck, man? Like, first of all, it's a weird placement, right? Like, it's like, why do you put it in between two songs that like want to get me going, and then you just dump me down for Weird American Classic? That's silly. Mm-hmm. He's not a great singer, and you add too much shit to it. So I don't know what they're trying to do here. And this is the second record, so you get a little bit of a pass because everybody was doing acoustic tracks, and that's fine. But Adam does scream a ton on this record. He's just screaming and yelling constantly, and he has a really good scream because it's very high pitched. It's very girly, but it's very emotional.
It is.
I like it. Fred Astaire is a banger, but like, I mean, obviously Decade Under the Influence is the best song.
Can't fuck with that song.
Yeah, I mean that's silly. Little Devotional. I don't think there's a bad song on this record. Outside for New American Classic, I think that's the worst. Little Devotional I thought was weird because he sings really fucking weird in the song, and he doesn't sound like him. Like it sounds like a totally different person. But I do like this song a lot. But he definitely sings fucking weird, and he's done this before, or I guess after this, he sounds like this, and it's weird. I don't know if I like it.
Okay, it's fine.
Sounds more adult.
You don't like that.
You
don't like evolution or growing up.
I don't like adults. Well, I guess it's growing up.
All right. So where you want to be? You're number 5. It's also my number 5. Their second record from 2004. The first album with Fred Mascherino on vocals and guitar.
He's your favorite.
And honestly, yeah, he is better. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. He's better. Better than John, better than Matt. I don't care. He really is. Truly
He's better
is.
at guitar than them, yes.
And
he's not a better songwriter, though.
Settle down. Anyway, where you want to be, agreed. Extremely top-heavy album. I mean, the first 5 songs, just like boom, boom, boom. It's just banger after banger after banger. A Decade Under the Influence is certainly the best song. Top tier. Taking Back Sunday. But this is a band to me that didn't have a real identity. It's like John was so important on that first record, and I feel like Fred coming in, it's like, well, we should try to recreate that and play off of that. But I have my own style. I have my own style of playing and writing and singing, especially. And so it's just a weird combination, and to me, it seems a little unfocused. But damn, when some of these songs hit, man, it hits fucking hard. But then it does lead to some more boring tracks. So Stinker Bean, New American Classic. Dude, this song sucks. The melodies are not very good. It drags. It's just boring. Just a lot of just stupid acoustic guitar.
It's stupid.
Just don't care. Yeah,
it is stupid.
Dumb. So yeah, my number 5, Where You Want to Be. I don't have this on vinyl, but everything after this I have on vinyl, and stoked about it. So, what do you got for number 4?
Number 4 is the first record in their dad rock phase, and that's self-titled, Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, look how high it is, huh? Look at how high it is.
We had talked about this. This one was, so I guess, okay, so this one was above Happiness Is. So I put this above, this used to be below Tidal Wave, and it used to be below Where You Want to Be. But I was like, okay, because you liked it a lot. And I was like, all right, let me go back to it, because, you know, you listen to these songs or all these records through and you're kind of like, fuck, man, that shit sucked. I don't like it. You have like a bad taste in your mouth. So I did go back and listen to this. I was like, dude, this is a lot better than I originally gave it credit for. It's still not a great record. But this is another one. This is the one where I thought, like, dude, this would have been a fucking amazing EP. I thought like 7 songs out of this record, it would have been fucking amazing. Because half of these songs, maybe not half of the songs, but a lot of these songs I just don't fucking care about. They're not very great. They're simultaneously trying to recapture their golden years with Nolan and Cooper back, but also trying to push forward in a way that's just like, dude, you guys are just grown now. So like when you're going to push forward, inherently you're just going to be dad rock. You're going to be a caricature of yourself. There's nothing you can do to wow people anymore without changing everything about yourselves. And that's fine. Like you don't have to if you don't want to. But you can't pretend to be like, oh, this is the best thing we've done. We got the whole classic lineup back, and we're going to do Tell All Your Friends again. It's like, yeah, I see that you guys are trying to do Tell All Your Friends again, but you have too much dad in you, and this is never going to happen. That was a time and place. Maybe it doesn't need to happen again. Just fucking move forward. Do something different. And they do try to do something different. On a lot of these songs, they try something different. But it's just like, damn, dude. Like 30, so like each individual song, like 30% of that song is just fucking like wild. Like, what the fuck is this? And then 70% of the song is like, ugh, this part's boring. So I wish they would have just taken all of that and just condensed into like 7 songs and just really worked out the kinks of those ones and made the entire song totally different rather than just like a part of that song totally different.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
I'm just happy. I'm just happy it's as high as it is because you talked so much trash on it over the weekend when we were talking about it. And then also when I told you I had this on vinyl, You got really mad at me, and you're like, okay,
Ugh.
fuck, I'm gonna listen to it again. And you listen to it like, I can't believe you fucking you got this record. I only got like halfway through it, blah, blah, blah. And you were like,
Yeah, this is not
melting
this
down.
This is not a vinyl worthy record. That's
I got it on vinyl, baby.
You, like this is just you buying things. Like we're just fucking buying things here.
Buying. All right, so that's your number 4. Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, there's cool stuff like El Paso. That's a cool song. It's fine.
Heaviest song they've ever done.
Doesn't try so damn hard to make it great, like anthemic delivery. Just lets the song be. Just lets it play out. I mean, it's heavy because it is chuggy, but it's fucking like broken up and weird, and the pacing's weird, and they do like the weird pacing things very, very well. But this just like they're just trying too fucking hard. Don't try. Like, who are you anyway? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, focus, right? Like, come on, focus. Like a kid in class.
Catchy
Focus,
melody.
focus.
Catchy melody.
Oh, you call me in the morning. That's my stinker. That thing's like an hour and a half long, dude. Too fucking long.
That's the
Too
closer,
boring.
right?
It's
It's the closer. Yeah, it's a little bit slower of a jam. Still good. Still good.
It's not good.
All right. So is that all you have for
That's
this
all I
record?
got.
I'm kind of sick of you talking shit on it. So
I'll go ahead and sing its praises.
what?
Go ahead and sing its praises. You probably
I will.
You probably go ahead.
So my number 4 is the album of the week. Tell all your friends. There you go. There you go. So
Because that makes sense.
that's my number 4. What do you got for number 3? Go.
New again. And this is like,
I mean,
this is what?
good job.
What you got over here? What?
I can't believe you. I mean, it's so high. It's
I ain't gonna
so
lie.
high.
This band is not great. They are not fucking amazing. After last week, I was like, damn, dude. Jesse Lacey's better than everybody in this band. That's just, I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
And then reading the lyrics on the album of the week, I was like, really? Okay.
We'll get into that because I got a lot of things to say about that too.
You tried, dude. But like this band is not that great, dude. They're not. They're fun and exciting, but they are just the more like commercially easily digestible, like brand new movie
Yeah,
life.
I agree.
Like, they don't,
I agree. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've never been on that band ever. I guess we'll get into that in the fucking album of the week when I get angry at this band. New again. This is actually just another Louder Now. It's not as good, but it's still a solid, like harder Taking Back Sunday record. There isn't a lot of individuality to this record, and it's kind of one dimensional. But it's nice just to hear him get more aggressive with more like basic song structures. We don't need to be crazy. Don't have to do all these like different screaming parts back and forth. Like that's already been done. And some of these songs are so fucking catchy but dated, instantly dated. Capital M-E, dude, that's like the Killers song, right? That's a song like from this era, and it sounds like it. It's still a great song.
But there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I don't like Zeppelin because it's of its era of that time. I don't like any, it's just like that. That's
but like
don't use that as you shouldn't use that as such a negative.
We're comparing that to like Zeppelin. Now,
well, that was just like the first thing that popped in my mind.
I literally just said like, if you're going to sound like this, then you should be like the pioneers of this. And like this song was a Killer song, and the Killers did it well before they did it.
But also, not every band could be a pioneer. Not every band could be a pioneer.
We're scrolling back to like Tidal Wave, and they're doing the hey oh. Remember we talked about the whistling too? Like the people do the whistling and the shit like that. Like everyone's just doing things too late, and it's like, dude, okay, if you're paying homage to like your influences, that's fine. But if you're just trying to copy a sound that's already been done, and like that fad is now past, and it just sounds like you're dating yourself, that's not fine. That's stupid. Like we talk shit about Greta Van Fleet, right? They don't pay homage. They just sound like fucking Led Zeppelin, and that's why they suck. But if they were like fun and shit, like Steel Panther fucking rips.
Yeah.
Right? But because they're paying homage to their favorite artists.
And they're self-aware, more so.
Just be self-aware, and it's okay if you're dated. That's not a bad thing. But yeah, don't try and like, they're just ripping somebody off is what you're doing. That's silly. Catholic Knees, that's my favorite track. It's like, first of all, that name is fucking amazing. Catholic Knees. Oh, it's so good. But it's quite aggressive, and we get maybe like the best Adam scream he's ever done on this track.
Okay.
Carpathia. Yeah, it's just filler. I don't know.
Really? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
All right. That's fine. That's totally fine.
I wouldn't get this on the vinyls.
Damn. Almost had him. We also did New Again on the podcast when you were still living in California. We did New Again. That ended up being one of our shortest episodes ever. And man, all you did was talk shit on the record. So you hated that record, hated New Again.
It's
glad
not
you've grown
great,
up.
dude. It's not even a
Glad you've grown
2.
up.
It's not even a 2.
This fucking guy.
It's not. Dude, this
Okay.
I love my Taking Back Sundays. I really do. I love our album.
Apparently not.
Obviously my number 1, but this band is not very good. They
No.
are not. They capitalize on a scene, on a sound, and
I agree with you. They're not the greatest band.
they marketed it and
Yeah.
they brought it. They spoon fed it to the masses in the most generic way possible, and it duped 13-year-old us. And it's only so high
Let's-
because it's so nostalgic.
Well, let's get more into that because I do want to talk about that more. So let's get more into that on the main episode when you tell all your friends. So do you have anything else on New Again?
No, that's it.
No. Okay. So my number 3 is Taking Back Sundays. Oh no, Taking Back Sundays. Taking Back Sundays is my number 3. 5th record from 2011. The classic lineup of the band is back. They unceremoniously fired Matt Fozzy and Matt Rubano, who played bass for the band for several years, and then they brought back John and Sean. So
John and Sean.
they did it secretly without telling the guys. Actually, the guys who got fired found out online on Twitter that they were no longer in the band. And it's kind of fucked up. So yeah, they're back. They recorded these songs, and honestly, I think this is some of the most. There's some songs on here like El Paso, which is my banger. To me, this is the most aggressive, heaviest song they've ever done. The way that they both scream on this, both John and Adam scream, is fucking intense. It's like almost like blood curdling. It's almost like AFI, shut your mouth and open your eyes kind of screaming. I think it's fucking great. I really, really do. And this record, I feel, is also very much like, it's more rock driven, but there's almost every single song on here has a good to great melody on it, outside of Sad Savior, which is my least favorite song. But even like the song that you don't like, the Call Me in the Morning. Yeah, it's a stupid song, but damn, it's fucking catchy as hell. It's
not
stupid,
catchy.
but it's catchy. Dude, it's fucking catchy.
I think you're just because there's a small, like it's tiny melody, and like we'll get that into the album of the week. Just because there's a small melody in like one big part of the song, and because he does that so slow, especially on that song, you think that it's melodic and catchy, but like it's not. And that's what I found about the album of the week is like, damn, I was duped all these years. But we'll go ahead.
Okay.
Continue the joke.
But yeah, anyway, this is just a very straightforward rock record. They're not trying to redefine anything. I don't feel like they're trying too hard to go back to the Tell All Your Friends era. There's a whole lot less of the back and forth singing or talking over each other like you hear on Tell All Your Friends, which I like. It's a nice progression. It's very much, what they were trying to do with Fred on Louder Now, and even with Matt on New Again. I think this is a great progression for the band. But then after this, they tried fucking around again, and they're not good at fucking around. They're better at making
This is them
straightforward
fucking
songs.
around.
No, this is not them fucking around.
This is the most fucking around they've ever
it's
done.
not.
Are you
This is like-
crazy?
this is like
Every
one of the
song
most-
on this fucking record.
This is like one of their most straightforward
What
records.
are you
they've
talking
done.
about? Some of these songs are like almost like electronic fucking sound to them because they are fucking around so much.
No.
Like they've never fucked around more than this album. You're talking about the self-titled, right? Is that
Yeah,
what?
self-titled,
Did I miss
yeah.
something?
Yeah, self-titled,
What are you talking about?
You're wrong. You're totally wrong.
Like every song almost sounds different than the song that you just heard and the song that you will sing next. That's fucking around.
no.
Yeah, it was.
It's
I'm not like asking you. I'm telling you that is what is going on here.
Put your hand over your mixer. You're kind of like getting staticky.
I forgot I forgot to shoot with the gun.
Yeah, put your hand maybe like.
That's
I'm
moisture.
sure that's gonna help. Fucking emphysema over here. All right. So anyway, that's all I got. That's all I got for this song or for this album, self-titled record from
That shit
2011.
sucks.
What do you got for number 2? Go.
This is the only record that we want to talk about right now, right? This is the one you've been itching for, and it's your favorite record, and you think it's the best, and it's really fucking not in any way, shape, or form. But Louder Now, their third record. I will say, like, pretty much from the moment we get dropped into like Ghost, the record never lets up. Like in a lot of ways, like this is like Tell All Your Friends, with just a lot more age, like adults versus kids type thing. Like they've now matured as songwriters, and they are doing that sound better, but in doing so, it just becomes like, oh, okay, well, I'm uninterested now. Let me move on to the next like band that sounds exactly like you. But this record is perfect up until My Blue Heaven, which is still solid. But then we slow down a little bit and we get like half bangers and then just half okay songs. Spin. So I didn't choose like the ones that I like. Liar's like my favorite Taking Back Sunday song. I fucking love that song with a passion.
Song?
Liar.
Oh,
love
Liar.
it.
Liar.
Love that song. But Spin. This is like a I guess a deeper cut, you would say. This one's wild, super aggressive, fast, loud, and Adam just ends up fucking screaming with everybody else, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah. But 2020 Surgery?
2020 Surgery.
Come on. Like, that's not a melody, dude.
Come on.
That's not a melody, dude.
You're
just saying something, 2020 Surgery. That's not a melody, dude.
It's the way he says it.
It's not a melody. And like even here, his voice is a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different here. I think it's exciting. It's cool. It's fine. I don't mind that type of voice when he sings like that, but this song's boring.
You are the worst.
This song's boring. Worst. Louder Now's a 2. I get Louder Now a 2.
Ugh. You have it on vinyl, though.
Nah, I don't have it on vinyl anymore.
You don't? Oh.
Yep.
Okay, you're stupid. You're fucking dumb.
Purged
You're
it.
fucking dumb. You're fucking dumb. Wait, so
Noises.
Surgery is really your least favorite?
Yeah, just because I think it's stupid, and that's not a melody, dude. Don't try and trick me. Can't get tricked.
Yeah, you've been tricked because you're saying dumb fucking shit for no reason. You've been tricked. I don't know by who, but somebody's tricked you. Somebody's tricked you. Whatever. Do you have anything else on Louder Now? I just
can't believe you put.
I don't even want to do this anymore.
You put New Again over the album of the week, which is fucking stupid. Like, I get Louder Now, I get that, because like, it's fucking punk, man. It's fucking hard and edgy. You put their self-titled, but it's like, who does fucking their self-titled 5 albums deep? That's a band that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. That's a band that's like trying to rebrand themselves.
That was kind of the point. They were trying to rebrand themselves.
And they did, because every fucking song on there is completely different than anything they've ever done before, but it was just too much, and it didn't work. Daddy, chill. That's what they needed to do to themselves. That dude needed to come during the recording of that and just be like, Daddy, chill. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you for saying that. We need to take a step back and actually work on these songs instead of just fucking being annoying as fuck all the time.
Okay. All right. You're wrong again, but it's okay.
That's crazy. There are objectively 3 songs on the album of the week that are better than both of those albums.
Man, your mic is blowing out.
Because I'm yelling.
All right, so my number 2 is New Again, 4th record from 2009. The only record with this lineup of the band, the first and only record with Matt Fazzi on guitar and vocals, and then the last with Matt Rubano before he was fired from the band. And I like this record a lot. I think it's a unique record amongst their discography. I think there's some great fucking songs, some great fucking melodies, great parts. They experimented, I feel like they experimented well on this record with the faster paced songs, the slower songs. Every song on here has its own identity. It has its own unique quality to it. I really like this record. The nostalgia hits extremely hard with me as well. But I don't think that's a big reason why it's as high as it is. It's just something I wanted to say. But I think this record really is a true standout. And actually, you and I saw one of the times you and I saw Taking Back Sunday was on this tour when both Matts were in the band, when they opened up for Weezer and Blink when we saw them. So there you go. This lineup of the band with this record. So I think New Again's awesome. And my banger, Lonely Lonely, Carpathia, I love a lot. The single Sink Into Me, I think is an absolute banger of a single. It should have gotten way more recognition than it has over the years, or even back then. I think Matt Fazzi is an underrated musician or songwriter, I should say songwriter. And you read more about this record, and Matt Rubano has said, like, everybody in Taking Back, when he was in the band, everybody in Taking Back Sunday was extremely moody, not very nice to each other. And then Matt Fazzi came along, and he was way too nice for the band. And Matt Rubano said, I know he's not going to last in this band. He's way too nice. He's way too positive. And sure as shit, after like 2.5 years, he's out of the band. But then Matt Rubano is the only one of the guys who's talked positively about this record since it came out. And he's like, we were actually trying new things. We were trying to have, we all had a great time doing it, but it wasn't successful. This record wasn't popular. And that's why, supposedly, that's why both Matts were fired, because this record wasn't as successful. And I don't know. I think it's killer. I think it's a great fucking record. I don't care what anyone says.
Something. It's fucking
I
something.
got it on vinyls. I got it on vinyls. I don't care. So,
yeah, add it to your perfect collection there, don't you?
I got a perfect collection right here. It's beautiful. It's beauty. So
Dust collectors.
Clearly, you're number one. Oh, my stinker, if I had to pick one, which I don't really think it's a stinker, but the worst one is capital M-E, whatever.
Killer
anyway,
song.
It's a good song. It's a good song, yeah. So your number one is obviously the album of the week. Tell all your friends. Boring. Typical. My number one, Louder Now. Third record, 2006. The last record with Fred Mascherino and this lineup. This is just an absolutely perfect record. And
you think this is a perfect record?
And you're fucking stupid for saying this is a 2 out of 3. You are so fucking
You think this is a perfect record?
100% this is a perfect record. 100% this is a perfect record.
You put this up there with like Blink self-entitled and like Master Reality.
I do.
Oh, that's going to the big dumb things Tyler says. There it is. That's it.
This is okay. Maybe it's not as. I mean, obviously, it's not as good as the record, but it's still a perfect 3. It's still a perfect. It's a perfect record.
So good.
On its own, it's a perfect record. I think Fred is the best guitarist singer they've ever had. I think his voice stands out enough from Adam where it adds a lot more excitement to the songs, because I feel like Matt, he's a great singer and was great with the harmonies and things like that on New Again. I think John's kind of a boring singer, and I think he sounds a little too much like Adam. So at times it's kind of hard to differentiate between the two. But Fred,
like, none of them are good singers, though, right?
No, none of them. None of them are good
singers.
Yeah. Well, Matt Fazzi he's actually has a really good voice, and I think that's another reason why. Because from what I used to read, like him and Adam used not getting fights, but Adam would be very resentful, because Matt would try to like teach him like, oh, this is how you should actually sing. This is how you should do this part. Try this part because it'll sound better. And Adam, I think, would take offense to that. Like Matt was actually like a good musician, a multi-instrumentalist. Like he was a good fucking person to have in a band. But Adam, I think in the end, Adam is the problem with this band. Like with other band members, Adam is the problem. He is the issue.
Wrong. The problem with this band is they made any more records after their first. That's the problem with this band.
But anyway, Louder Now. I think Fred's vocals are fantastic. They're a little bit more aggressive. I like his scream a lot more. What is wrong with you? Shut the fuck up.
Fucking perfect record.
It's a perfect record. I'm not going to get more into it. You're just pissing me off. You're just making me mad. You're just making me mad. Banger, Spin, and What's It Feel Like to Be a Ghost. Those are my 2 bangers of this one. Opening up the whole record with that riff. That riff is incredible. That riff is incredible.
The first 3 tracks are fucking beyond banger perfect, for sure.
I want to put Liar as Liar is one of my least favorite songs on the record. Not the worst.
Liar.
But it's one of the worst songs.
Trying
to be like Korn. That's fine. Divine Intervention. If I had to pick a stinker, that'd be it. It's acoustic. In the end, it's just not really necessary for this record. Like, there's no reason to break up the momentum or anything like that.
You're funny.
But anyway, yeah, Louder Now is their best record easily.
It's a good night. Thursday nights are a night now, because like it's funny night. Thursday nights are funny night. That's good.
Thursday nights are funny night.
Thursday nights are funny nights.
You're fucking stupid.
Are you warming up for your stand-up show later tonight, or was that just something else? That was good.
All right. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. We're finishing up Long Island season by getting into to tell all your friends. Tell all your friends. And that's it. That's all.
I didn't have anything to say.